Are you looking for a way to get better airflow to your air box, but don't want to spend a couple $100 to do it? Well, then this is your answer right here. Come along with me as I show you how this can improve airflow to your air box. Quick, easy, simple, and cheap. Follow along. There's a little lever on the bottom side here. You're gonna pull that. I can't do it one-handed. We'll pull that. We'll get both seats out. It's a really easy process, so just keep following along. Okay, now that the seats are out, we're gonna take and get this back panel off. Pretty simple. It's just some turn tabs here. They'll pop out when you do them. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then this should pull forward and lift up and pull out. Now we're at the back of our intake. Okay, for this next part, you can either use a 8mm or a flathead screwdriver. We gotta get this clamp loose here on the belt housing, and then underneath here, if you look up top, there's gonna be another one here. I already loosened this one for the sake of videoing. Get those loose. Ooh, we're locked. So we'll get those loose. This isn't easy to do one-handed, guys, so I apologize. All right, I'm gonna get these loosened up all the way, and I'll catch back up with you when they're loose. Okay, so I got that one loose. And I got this one loose. Now we're just gonna take and pull. You have to do some wiggling. Just like that, our intake horn tube is off. Okay, so what I did was I took this tube here. These were together. This rubber clamp is actually sealed to it, so there's no way to get it off really. So I ended up just cutting it because I'm never going to use this tube again. And even if I were to put an intake back onto the normal spot, I'd be going with run from Evo or RPM or something like that. So I just cut it off. That way I can go to Menards. I can match this up to the right diameter PVC pipe. I will tell you guys what size it is once I get back from Menards. That way there's no guessing for you. You won't have to cut this. I'll give you a list of what you need to buy for this in the description. All right, here's what we got. We got a 3-inch coupler. Now this is a smaller 3-inch coupler. There's a thicker one that is more like 3.5 inches on the inside. This one's still a little over 3. And then I actually got 3-inch sewer or drain pipe PVC, which is a little bit thinner than the normal PVC, so it fits a little bit better and it matches up almost perfectly to the factory Polaris. Now I did have to cut this side down. Yes, I know my cut's not straight. I used just a grinder. Anyways, that's besides the point. The reason we had to cut that down is with the rubber coupling with it in the stock spot, it hit against this frame member. So now this allows us to get nice and close, gives us some room there. Okay, so now that we got that back piece on there, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take this piece. This one's gonna go on like so. I got traced around so we can make sure we get it cut. This is a little bit bigger. We're gonna do it this way because if we do a down one, like I originally wanted to do, we can't pop that back access panel off easily. We'd have to get in there, loosen the clamps. So this will make it a little easier. It's gonna go this one, and then we're just gonna do, I'm gonna have to shorten this piece up, but I'm probably gonna do a turn on there just so or turn on one just so it's a little easier. We may not, we'll see how it looks once we get it on there. Okay, so here's what we got. This all slides in here now. I'll have to obviously glue everything together, but then this piece will come on here, and it's a little bit bigger than this hole here, so it can't slide off. So it'll help hold it in place too, and keep moisture and stuff out. I'll pop it off here in a second and show you guys exactly how it is. We'll get it all glued together. We'll get it all put together on the final install. I'm gonna take and drill a hole couple holes on the bottom side here, so if any water were to hit here, it can just drain down through here. And then we'll put a pre-screen on this eventually too. I don't have one right now, but we will put one on eventually on there. All right, so I got pipes all cleaned up. I'm gonna clean them one more time. Right here. Get these cleaned. That one on the inside, this one on the outside. Shake our cement. I just got some 2-in-1, so it's does both at the same time. Apparently it cemented itself shut and I can't get it open. Alright. Get this open. Don't need too much, just enough to seal her up. Run that around. And pretty much, we're just gonna slide that in there. Let that cure for a while. Remember, like I said, this is actually 3-inch sewage drain pipe, not normal PVC. Normal PVC is a little bit thicker and bigger around. This is the 3-inch PVC sewage fits it's like the exact same size as the factory inlet tube, so it butts up nice to the air box. And then, like I said, we had to take about a 1/2 inch off of this side to make it a little shorter so you didn't hit the cross member there. We'll let that dry for a while, get everything put in. Once that dries, and we'll be good to go. All right, now that the cement's cured, we're gonna take our rubber hoses and take this one first, slide it on. As soon as we have access to this panel, we can do it out like this. That way we can get at this clamp easily for tightening and loosening it. I'm gonna loosen that a little bit. Remember, this is also a 3-inch PVC sewage coupler, so it's a little bit thinner, so it fits on your perfect. The normal 3-inch is a little bit too big for it. So slide that on like so. And then we got our 3-inch with the end cut so it doesn't hit this frame here. That's gonna go on like so. And before, get that in there as far as we can. Before we go ahead and tighten those, make sure you test fit your panel. You don't want to get it all tightened and then have to loosen it. So we're gonna make sure that fits like so. Get it right where we want it. Not touch it. Knock the panel back out of the way. And then mine are 8mm. We're taking 8mm. Snug these up. That one I can't quite get at. Don't over tighten these because you don't want to break them. I've broken a few in my day. Alright, but we're good and tight there. We know that's not going to come off. Now we can go ahead and put our front panel back on. Like so. Might have to wiggle that just a little bit, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and clip this because I do not plan on taking this off again. Alright, back panel's clipped on. And then just to ensure, we're going to screw this on. Pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, and drill a hole in this thing. That way, just in case water were to fly up here, I'm going to have a pre-screen on it anyways, so I shouldn't have to worry about it. Go ahead and we're going to test fit the seat quick though. before we get too far, make sure the seat fits. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to clearance this just a little bit. So we'll do that real quick. Helps if I get the seatbelt out of the way. All right, now that that's in, we just want to make sure. I think I'm going to take and just make sure it screws in a little farther. There's plenty of room there, even with that going back. It's not hitting that. But we'll go ahead and we'll screw it in a little bit farther when we do the final. Other than that, we're good to go. So again, what it looks like from down here, you have, see if I can get in here. Okay, can't. Comes off the back of the air box there and then just loops through. So there's no more tight pinches. So not only is this going to help keep some of the dust out, we're also going to get better airflow out of this because it's going to be a direct shot here. There's no pinch down like the factory had. And then this piece, we don't have to worry about water coming down through here when we're washing it and raining it. And what I'll do is I'm going to get a rubber plug and just get a rubber plug so when I'm washing it, all I got to do is plug it. When we're riding, I'm not worried about water getting in there. I'm going to, like I said, put a pre-screen on there, and really that's a high intake still. This isn't my mud machine. That's what the Grizzly's for. Grizzly's for mud. This isn't. So there you go, guys. That's going to wrap up this episode on how we took cheap PVC pipe and made a better airflow system to the air box. Let me know your guys' thoughts, opinions on what I did. You think if it worked, how it'll do over time. Pretty simple. Let me know what else you guys want to see to the RZR. I'm going to get a winch put on here soon. I think we're going to get a light bar thrown on this front bumper. I am going to relocate that top light bar. It drives me absolute nuts there. Once you get over 30 miles per hour, it whistles. Any of the videos you guys have seen of the RZR, you probably noticed it. I like it up there because it's out of my line sight, out of my visuals, but it's really annoying. And when trailering it, it's even more annoying because going 60 down the highway, that's all I can hear in my truck. And it drives me nuts. I hate rattles. I hate whistles. It bugs me. Unless it's turbo whistle or supercharger whine. That's cool. Anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Get out and ride and enjoy your machines.